I was just curious, during the recent election and some of the presentations I've seen, there's been a lot of talk about fiscal responsibility. I just wonder if, and I was going to ask this to the board on Monday, but I couldn't make it to the meeting. Has there been any thought of going back to a plan that was proposed in the bond steering committee about just leaving Walnut as is, dispersing admin to whatever empty space they can find, and just holding off on phase 2 until maybe a future bond?
So I want you to flesh that out a little bit so I make sure I understand the question.
Somebody on the bond steering committee, maybe it was me, proposed that how about we just hold off on moving Walnut for now, and instead of moving admin to Walnut, just moving admin to the empty space and child care, so like maybe the DSE portable admin into the vacant space at the middle school, whatever other empty space, or maybe being creative with teleworking to, because my fear is, especially with the growth, unexpected growth or overgrowth in the middle school capacity, taking some away from the middle school by building out there is kind of locking us into a plan that's going to cost us more over time. And they cost us in an bond. So it's more, just because the voters said you can doesn't mean you have to.
Right, so I will tell you that we have not had that conversation up until now. Now that you brought it up, I certainly will take it to the board and we'll have that conversation. I understand, so let me make sure I understand what we're talking about is not building a new elementary school at the middle school site, dispersing part of central administration to other sites, and making do with where we're at in the old administration building.
Until the new structure, whatever becomes of the TERS plan, this is an interim measure, because I understand that.
So is it a delay or is it a change of plan?
It's just a delay, I think, because you still build another elementary school at the middle school campus, but it's not moving admin, it's not moving Walnut, it's not spending all that money right now, and so we get a better handle of what the demographics might be.
So the problem with another elementary school at Dripping Springs Middle School that is not Walnut is that it's really not where the density of growth is for a long period of time.
Right, and that's what we discussed in the bond steering committee.
Right.
We've been a district with only one school for whatever level it might be, so it may not be the ideal situation for a lot of people, but it's certainly less costly for the taxpayers.
We'll certainly talk about it. I will tell you that I have some heartburn over the fact that we have a directive from the community through the 2018 bond to do a certain set of things, and this would be a significant change to that direction that I'm not sure I feel comfortable with without having some more definitive direction given, I guess. So to be honest, I think that the opportunity for that to happen has already passed. I think we're beyond that already. I think that decision was made in May of 2018. But I certainly understand what you're saying.
I wanted to clarify what it is. So we would still have our 4, but middle school 5 would actually be the DSMS adjacent, and then later on 6 would be the Garden Hill side. Is that what you're saying?
Just whatever future elementary might be could be put there, just not move to Walnut now. Not spend all that money now, and just see how the combined elementary middle school plan works at Sycamore for a year or 2 more before deciding to combine another 2. Because maybe then we just move admin to the middle school say that.
So the other part of that conversation was the fact that we chose not to build a new administration building.
Right.
We rather chose to put those dollars where kids are and build new school facilities for children as opposed to building an administration building and making do for administration like we've always done in this district, with refurbishing other facilities that are really, so that was the other thought in that.